Hello and welcome to a new episode. Today I want to talk about the inner child. Yes, I know, one more time, right? Some of you may be like, hey, we've done this, we are done. And I totally get that. So maybe that's enough for you. For those of you who haven't seen the other ones, I highly recommend to visit and check out the other videos before this one. The inner child is very, very crucial for your growth. And the more you grow in your adulthood, sometimes the bigger gap to your inner child starts to be visible. And with that, I mean, there is no so much playtime anymore. There is no so much visionary or being creative or being open and flexible for something new, meeting new things, right? All those things that you see in our children, that you see in small children, is something you have inside of you. It's not leaving you, it's not going anywhere. But if we are not continuously working with our inner child, those kind of skills or those kind of uh, effects that we naturally have will not be built further. Actually, quite the opposite is the case, where we are even moving down, right? To not be able to really have this kind of creativeness anymore, or to be inspired, to really develop a sense of joy, right? A child is having a lot of fun, is having joy, is feeling a lot of joy. Just remember how you were when you were a child. It's kind of like this playfulness, this being flexible, being open, being real, being so transparent who you are, because you don't know the rules. You just are, right? You just behave a certain way that you feel that's what you need to do, right? Until you get told on what not to behave and where to be more this or that, and how to be more in this little box of your society, right? Of the people around you, of the school system, of all those systems that we try to be part of. Now, when we are getting older, we need to find or close this gap a little bit more. And many things actually happened during that time, right? We learned a lot from our parents, from the people who took care of us. We learned a lot from other kids. We learned a lot of that environment, of maybe our grandparents or whoever was around us. We learned those behaviors and those emotions often also on how to be. Now, if that was strongly against, or not even strongly, you say it doesn't need to be a traumatic experience. And this is what I always try to warm people up to. You see, it's also those kind of needs that were never met. Maybe you never got hugged from your mom or your dad, or they were never there for you emotionally. But financially, they were here, right? Financially, they gave you all the stability and looked great from the outside. And now you kind of have a hard and difficult time to actually show up and be present with your partner, because you don't know how an intimate relationship actually works. And you feel fooled because you never learned that. But you don't even know that, you know. You have to go back to this inner child and actually carry that inner child to make sure your inner child is actually healing from those parts. Sometimes we believe when we grow up, hey, the stuff that has been passed is gone. We think time heals. I can tell you, never did for me. Maybe for you it's different. Maybe you're one of those who put it in a bucket and it's gone. For me, all those situations that were painful, they came up at one moment. I had to work on them and I couldn't put them in the box anymore. And I was trying to find a way to heal. And see, I learned that through energy healing, through meditation, through very embodied practices, I could let them go from my body. I could start to see my inner child laugh, like from an inner eye. I could imagine how to be more a kind of a parent to my inner child, right? That parent I never had. That kind of parent that wasn't mm, neglecting myself, right? I wanted to be more cared of, and I didn't receive that as a child. And you're gonna feel into how it was for you. Maybe something has happened to you. Maybe you experienced something that is already like 20, 30, 40 years ago, and sometimes it still shows up. It's those situations that you can heal. You can actually make those, let's say, outbursts of the old, you can soothe them, you can release them. But what you really have to do here at this moment is to tap into who you have been once, right? So, are you ready for an exercise? Because, we need to start to experience more. I love experiences. And I actually love to make this experiential because I feel like me talking, that's great, right? You may really like that. Nothing much to do for you than to reflect a little bit. But how about you are involved? How about you actually start doing those things with me? Start to connect energetically. Start to open up your heart. Start to feel into the things I'm saying, because those moments will actually make you more available to see them in your life. Oh, this is what she meant. Maybe there is something I can do here. Maybe there is something I can unreveal and uncover, because when we see it, okay, when it's here, I cannot ignore it anymore. I need to take action when it's this close. But see, if you put it in a bucket, it's somewhere. And you know what? It will show up in those times when you don't want it to show up. It will come, but it will not come how you like it. And it's not about you liking it. It's not even about you need to forgive. Forgiveness is a side product. Forgiveness is something that will come at times when you are ready. You don't need to pray to forgive, right? I would never recommend you, if you haven't done this step, something is wrong. Start to open up, start to be open to heal your inner child. Start to see your inner child as, actually, there is some part of me that is still wounded. It may not be the old or the self that you are now, right? That self that is actually, watching this video and probably can't remember some parts and is like, yeah, this happened to me, something like this happened, right? But to be honest, it's 20 years ago. My mom, my dad passed already away. It's gone. No, it's not. No, it's not. And you know that. I know that. We all know that. We all know that. So let's stop pretend, because we are making it difficult, and it's not. It's really not. It's not difficult. but it needs your time. It needs your awareness. Okay, you ready? So I'm about to drop into meditation. So what you're gonna do is you are sitting down. I wouldn't recommend to lay down, sit down, make sure you have a straight spine. If you can already close your eyes, you don't have to. And you can start to visualize. If you're good in that, you can start to feel. You can start to do like a touching kind of thing. You can start to be just open to your younger self and just put that intention in the box. Whatever feels right for you will be good. Okay? So let's breathe for a second. Take a deep breath in. Hold and let go. Drop your awareness from the very top of your head all the way down. Start to tap into your body. Start to be so present in your body. Start to feel your body, every muscle, your arms, your head, your neck. Start to be fully present to this here and now. Start to feel how your consciousness is checking out your body from the very top all the way down to your neck, to the shoulders, the arms, the fingers, your chest, to the belly, to the hip, pelvic area, to your legs, and all the way down to your feet. Now tap into how does that make you feel to just be present with your body? Does it feel good? Does it feel awkward? Do you feel safe? How do you feel? What do you notice? Is there some pain somewhere? What do you notice? Now go to your heart again. Put your presence to your heart. And open up your heart. Make it as big as possible. Imagine to tap into your heart chakra and to make your heart chakra bigger and bigger and bigger. Within this heart center, you're calling your younger self, your small self. That version that might only be 6 years old, 5 years old. Call her or him. Visualize how he or she is running towards you, full of excitement, full of joy, with the arms wide open, running towards you, ready to listen to you, ready to hear you, ready to receive the support. So this child is standing right in front of you. Maybe you can feel it, maybe you can visualize it. Look at her. Look at your inner child, straight in the eyes. What do you see? How do you feel when looking at your inner child? Being so open, being so real, and being so okay that it might not be happy time all the way. Be so okay that you may see some sadness, that you may see some dark moments. You may see those parts that you try to ignore so hard. While you see those parts, sit down right next to your small self. Ask her or him to sit down too. And let him or her share the story, that story that you ignored, that story that you tried to put away, that story that you didn't want to hear, didn't want to see, never again. That story that is so painful, but yet you're ready to hear it out and listen to it with an adult, grounded, and very, very safe place that you're in at this moment. You feel very safe. You're ready to hear that story that was painful. You're ready to hear what you have pushed down. You're ready to hear it with your child, from your child's perspective. You're ready. So listen. You may feel something. You may feel some kind of openings happening. You may feel that there is something coming, but you don't hear it in words. You may just feel it. You may remember that part that is painful or feels painful. You start to be okay with that. You start to just accept that you opened up a box and it's okay if there is something that was painful because you have gone through it already. This is only a recap. While you hear that and while you see and feel that story, maybe it's just an emotion that you experience here and now, you open your heart even more And you start to radiate love. You start to radiate love so much to your inner child that you feel like you're in a bubble. So you and her or him are in a bubble, in a big love bubble. And you start to love so much that you cannot even, you didn't know that you had so much love for this inner child available. And if you think there is no more possible, you just open up just a little bit more, just a tiny bit more. If you don't know how that works, then ask love in. Ask love to come in and to show you how to love your inner child and use your body as a vessel. So imagine that there is a golden stream coming all the way down through your head, nose, your mouth, all the way down, dripping in, all the way down, pure, pure, high, high level love, high level love. A love without condition, a love that is just purely, purely, purely divine. And send it out from your heart straight into the bubble we created. Look at your inner child, feel into your inner child, and ask if there is anything more that she's ready to tell you. Now it comes a very important step, and that step is I'm good enough. You are good enough. I'm love. You are love. I'm ready to let go. You are ready to let go. And whenever you need any help, any support to release, I'm here and I can tap right into this field again. Hug your inner child and say to her or him that you will be back, that you will cultivate this relationship because she's important, he's important to you. You need the energy, the joy that they represent, the creativeness that was always missing. You need those parts in your life that you ignored. You allow yourself to feel a bit more complete today. And you recall all parts that you have pushed down, that you weren't ready to access before, that are in your highest good. You call them to come home, home into your heart. Home. Home is where your heart is. Home is always with you. You are always at home. You are always safe within. Always. And while you can slowly start to feel back into your body, into the here and now, and open up your eyes. Let me know how you feel in the comments. It's very crucial that you repeat this if you have experienced painful situations. And the thing is, we all have. This is not about I have a trauma. This is about life. Your parents can never give you everything you need. That's just it. That's just it. That's just it. They did the best they could. However, you were still hurt. And accepting that that is okay, and you're not pushing them away or judging them, you start to see into your own pain, and that it's okay that you have experienced something for yourself that was painful, even though nobody else will see it. It doesn't matter. You don't need it. What you need is here. You need your heart to be open, to be okay, to feel. Allow yourself to feel. If you want to be more in those experiential gatherings, then I highly recommend to come and join our monthly gatherings. This will be similar to what we have just done. It's just an example. What we will do is we start to clean up a lot of places that we haven't seen, we haven't touched yet upon. It will be a place where we can share too. We share our insights, our wisdom. I will guide and lecture and start the meditation every single time on every third week of the month, where we start to tap into the unknown, those territories that we may not be able to access right away, those places that are hidden, that are mysterious, that are deep, deep inside of us, that actually help us to grow further, that help us to plant a new seed, that help us to change our soil, that help us to move beyond what we thought we are. Okay? And yeah, with this said, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much, and we see each other soon. Bye.